Well, you know what? It's the Irie 98 podcast, another edition. Yours truly, Rusty G. As you can tell, I've got some really fun people in the studio with me today. I have Nhuri and I have Domico. They are here representing Burnt House Productions. What's going on, guys?
Everything good, man. Everything good. Thank you for having us as usual. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Nah, man, no technical difficulties at all.
We were just learning about cheers today. That was the first life lesson.
Yeah, cheer 101.
We figured it out.
That's the key. But yeah, man, thank you so much for having us. It's we're here to talk about the Run for the Arts, which is coming up on October 26th. But also talk about, you know how it goes, talk about art and talk about the environment, everything all at once.
Of course. So I mean, before we get into that, like, what you been up to? What's the latest and greatest? You know, give us an update.
Honestly, you know me, I'm a family guy, you know, so I've been traveling with the family. I was down in Barbados for a month. You and I share that same connection. Yeah, I have a farm that I'm working on down there, 2.5 acre
what's
farm.
up, man.
Yeah. And we were shooting property down there at Colony Club. So that was quite epic. But back in Bermuda, you know, getting back into the art scene and just trying to, you know, get my feet wet again, you know, literally. You know?
And Domico, I mean, you're a guy that
the opposite. I'm just not the art. For me, there's been a month of athletics and running. I went to Tokyo, viewed the World Championships, which was pretty sick. My mom, she's on the World Athletics Council, and she presented a medal. So, you know, that was just all a crazy scene. But I was over there for about like 2 weeks, and yeah. Other than that, getting back home, get back to the grind of things, and focus on the race.
If there's one thing you could take away from your experience in Japan, the difference in their culture versus ours, what would the number one thing be, in your opinion?
It is a society built around, what's the best word to put it? They are very focused. Like, it's a whole...
Focus is a good word.
Yeah, you see them stand at a stop sign, and they will stand there until that light turns green. Like, they ain't moving, whereas us, we're looking to jaywalk. We're trying to cut traffic. You know, you see a bathroom line or a restaurant, people will stand out line of a restaurant for like an hour and be okay with it. Whereas, you know, us, we want things immediate. Like, you know, we're Sargasso people. Like, we don't live that life no more. So, it's just a different type of society. Like, you know, they build their lives around, like, you know, doing things.
Structure and order.
Yeah, structure and order. That's pretty much what the society is. Yeah.
I mean, it's on my bucket list, man. Like going to Japan has been on my top 10 bucket list for a very long time. I feel they live in the year 2045.
It's a different planet. It's a different planet. It is genuinely
years ago. My wife actually, before we got married, she actually spent a year in Japan teaching English as a second language.
Crazy.
So I visited at that time, and back then, I feel like they were doing the stuff that we're doing now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you said, like they're just like 20 years ahead of where we're at in certain things, which is epic, but also at the same time, it gives aspirational things. We can work towards certain things.
You know honest truth, though, in this time and age, I think because our world has become more technologically advanced, Japan, we're a little closer than we probably were even back then.
Yeah.
I thought when I went there, I'd see just some tech that I've never seen before. But they pretty much had what we have, but maybe like just offered more. But that was interesting. I didn't find the technological side like that much of a gap. The creative side, what you see in terms of art and like sculptures, statues, like the art over there is on a different
next world.
Yeah, it's on a different level.
We all need to get back, bro.
Yeah.
Bucket list next year. Absolutely. Everybody.
Absolutely. So, I mean, the last time we spoke, we were getting ready for the art walls and all of that.
Yeah.
And we haven't spoken officially since. So, like, how did that go? Like, give me a rundown on...
So the Bermuda Walls, shout out to Spence and Gleason and all of the local and international artists that were involved in that. We painted Bermuda like it's never been painted before. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and we watched our local artists shine. I mean, like, I'm not sure if you've been around to Butterfield and Vallis, but, you know, Carlos Santana has the Bob Marley, large scale Bob Marley up on the wall there.
Yep.
We had James Cook and Keely Rabane and Robin Hooper and like the whole gang of people. With Jabari Wilson, down on Parsons Road, we have these beautiful containers down there that they've done murals on in that space. And then we had the international artists that came down and did we got the octopus lady, I'm going to call it. I don't have any other.
I call it Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice. She got the red woman and the blue woman. They both look sick though.
I don't know what else to call it. But
Right.
like with the photorealism, the guy Jex that painted that, superb talentry. And like, I think I just made that word up. Talentry.
Superb, yeah,
superb.
Yeah, we'll run with it.
Yeah, talentry. You know what I mean?
I
Like
that
it was
word.
just amazing to see our local shine, amazing to see our international shine. Alshante Fogo, can't forget Alshante,
Yep,
got the
of
dope
course.
one up in the parking lot up in Parlerville Park. Just beautiful all around.
So the event inspired me and inspired us to get her to do the mural that's outside.
I saw that.
Yeah.
The lion that we have on the wall there. That
Dude,
was,
I looked at
it's because
that.
of you
That was
guys.
insane.
Dude, first off, give all the credit to her. You know what I mean?
Of course,
but honestly,
of course.
like her skill set, you just see it blossoming. You know what I mean? Like all of them. I have so much positives to say about the art community
Mhm.
and our artists. You know what I mean? Like it's beautiful to watch it and to be a supporter of it in whatever way we can. And so the Run for the Arts is just a continuation of that
I feel
support.
like it created like a mural culture. Like I've noticed, like it's a lot of like you look in the news every day. It's like murals popping up here, there, everywhere at beaches, at different businesses.
I love it.
Yeah, it's
I love it.
crazy.
Yeah.
Contact
for
them,
sure.
if you're watching this and you need a mural, we have some amazing artists here. So just, contact them and I'm sure you can work out something amazing.
For sure. So like you said, segueing into what you have coming up now.
Yeah.
So tell me about this run. Tell me all about what you got coming up.
All right.
I need to know.
So Run for the Arts. And I always start by going back in history a little bit, you know what I mean? Because the genesis of the Run for the Arts, anybody that knows me knows that I come from Northeast Hamilton, affectionately known as Back of Town, Backa Town. And maybe I want to say like 4 years ago, there was a gentleman that had mental health issues that had been taken to the streets and to walls and had been spraying obscenities. I mean, like really, really wild stuff. And he sprayed on my daughter's school wall, like the exterior wall up on Happy Valley. He sprayed on the wall down on Parsons Road, which neighbors the laundromat. He sprayed over across from Marsh Folly, the entrance to where the horticultural dump is. And there's even still some remnants, like where you can see it's been painted over all around Northeast Hamilton. Which kind of like it sparked me to the fact that this person, obviously needed the treatment that they needed to be able to, deal with their mental health issues. But the fact that they found all these beautiful canvases to be able to put up their message, it kind of sparked in me that we could put up beautiful things in these spaces.
In these same spaces.
In these same spaces, you know what I mean? Like, because what his highlighting is that we have underutilized public spaces where we could match artists with those spaces, which kind of began the genesis of the Run for the Arts. Obviously, my friend Domico here.
Yeah. Original name, Backaton Derby. There's a little insight.
The original
Run for the Arts was like the name he came up to make it fancy and all that stuff. But Nhuri first came and he was like, I want to have something like a Backaton Derby.
I mean, you can still call it that if you want to.
Yeah. I have a funky name for the mile.
For the mile, yeah.
We have the Front Street Mile, and then we have the Back Street Mile.
Back Street Mile, yeah, the Back Street Mile. I said to him, I was like, I don't know if that could fly as much with our running community on the islands. I was like, let's try and call something a little more official, especially when BNG came on board. So.
Got you.
So the background to it was that I work with Domico. Domico is a dope artist, digital artist, and he has just talent across the board. And he's also a runner. And at the time, I was a runner. And so we're like, look, we can do something that involves art and involves running and creates community environment. And we wanted to be able to raise money through a charity. And the logical fit was a charity that was dedicated to art. So that's when we approached Bermuda National Gallery. They loved the idea and they've been a partner ever since. And so basically we run through Northeast Hamilton, starting on Parsons Road. We take them up through Curvin Avenue and through Happy Valley and then back down on Frog Lane and then back down past Marsh Folly. back down Bernard's Park, and then back into Parsons Road.
Playground. That's where they start and finish is, yeah.
Exactly.
How long is the route in total?
5K.
Total route is 5K.
3.1 miles for anyone who wants to count by miles.
How fast would you finish it in?
Nah, like, it's a range of running. Because it's like, let's say, like, really, like, you have, like, Chris Eswanek, Sean Trott, like, these guys now. They, like, finish probably, like, 16 minutes, even possibly under that, depending on how fast they're going to. My PB for a 5K, I think right now it's like low 17s. I don't think I've hit 16 just yet. And then after that, if you get under 20 is good. Like, that's a fast. You basically were running. You weren't jogging. 20 to 30 minutes, still very good. Like, you got it done. And,
respectable.
Yeah, and then
I just want to put it out there for the people that are not actual runners.
Yeah.
If you're doing it at all,
you're
respecting.
Yeah, and after that, like I said, if you just finish, who cares what your time is? Like, just enjoy it. Say you finished like a 5K and have fun with it. Like,
this is it.
It gotta be. I may be doing it this year. I haven't decided yet if I'm racing or not, but I want to do it this year. So I'm probably gonna like run in some capacity.
Yeah, you can run it and then come back and help.
Out, do some little volunteering.
A little multitask.
Yeah, a little multitask. Yeah.
But it's also demystifying the neighborhood, right? You know what I mean? Because too often Backatown is associated with what you see in the news about Backatown, right? And our news, it's just like news everywhere. It highlights on things that are bad, or those are the things that you pick up on in the news, or that's the thing that catch everyone's ear or eye on a daily basis. What we want is to highlight the good that's in the neighborhood and take people through and just demystify that it's just a neighborhood. It's just, this is where people live. It's where I grew up. There's no difference between this and a neighborhood in South Shore or whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, and you walk through and you get a chance to see it up close and personal and kind of be neighborly with the people that live in the area. You know what I mean? And so,
and honestly, it's been like one of my favorite running spots probably for like the past, I would say, like, I think since we started the race, it kind of inspired me. Like, I always like kind of been through that area, but I was mostly up at the stadium. And so I was like, I want to kind of come to this area and, see what it's like to run around it just by myself. And it's very peaceful. Like, no one's bothering you. It's chill. You got the park there, which is nice. The kids are around. And I just find like it's a different thing that I think a lot of Bermudians especially don't think about. Like, they're like, I don't want to run there. I want to go to the beach.
Exactly.
I want to go to like spots that you think are pretty, but you go there and you're like, this is cool. Like, the houses, obviously, like, the way they're set on top of each other. It's a nice area. And, I think it's a stigma in our society that like, that's the area where stuff happens. But I think it's more that area has to offer if, people just, approach it.
And bad things happen everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
facts
everywhere,
Facts.
And the point of this race is to bring positive, you know what I mean? To bring the community together, to bring people to the area, to support art and artists, you know what I mean? Like in the area also. So the funds from the race and from sponsors all go to Bermuda National Gallery in support of the artists that put up murals and in support of Bermuda National Gallery's programs.
Okay. And are any of the artists going to be partaking as well?
I saw Keely put it up.
Yeah, Keely.
So Keely, we're expecting expecting.
Shanna Hollis, I was just chatting with her yesterday.
Okay,
she said she's in for the walk. So,
all right. I am hoping that all of the artists that have participated before and any artists that are interested in participating come out, show up. Even if you just want to help volunteer, you know what I mean? Like, just shoot me a message or shoot Domico a message. I'm easy to find. If you can't find me, it's because you're not looking. You know what I mean? Like,
I would agree. I would definitely agree. And just to be clear, the official channel to sign up is where on your website on
runsignup.com, which is what mostly all the races use. Bermuda Time and they're doing our race. Then you can also go to BermudaNationalGallery.com and they have like a registration link that takes you to the page. And we also have it on all our social media channels, a QR code and stuff if you want to just go to the website fast. But it's pretty easy to get to. Nothing that you can't find like any other race on the island.
Gotcha.
Just Google.
Yeah,
BNG
Run for the Odds. Yeah,
it comes up. You know what I mean? Like, instead of trying to remember the URL, just Google it. BNG Run for the Odds. It's pretty easy to find.
So I feel like every time we sit down, my mind is spiraling with these different questions because of the world that you guys live in and work in. and
That is
it's
such an understatement. Don't coming from you,
I was just saying, but it's similar to me, but different. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
100%
And
different
so,
world.
like, I have all these different questions about, how to sustain, artists and creatives on the island in your
Mhm.
space, and events like this
Mhm.
are
It's a big
helping to
part of
do
it.
that, right?
Yeah.
A big part of that.
Yeah.
But what else can artists kind of do for themselves, do you think, from your experience and from just you living in this world, to be able to make a dream of this being a live into a reality? You know what I mean?
So I think the first thing that you have to do is have faith in yourself. I think everything spawns from having faith in yourself. Obviously, you have faith in higher power, but having faith that you are capable and that you have a tribe out there that will want to support the things that you do, right? So I think that's the first hurdle that a lot of artists have is self-doubt, right? So it's am I actually good enough?
Yeah.
Is this piece as good as this other person's?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like the
Mhm.
self-doubt that says, well, I'm just going to hold this off. I'm going to try to do a couple more things to it before I put it out there.
Right.
So my simple suggestion would be just put stuff out there. I implore anyone, right, that says, oh, Nori's a great photographer. Nori does this. Go to my Instagram and scroll all the way to the bottom. And I've left it there. The stuff down the bottom is rubbish. Absolute.
Nah, man. It's not that. Not that.
I said the average person wouldn't say that.
Respectfully speaking, I would never say that anything I've seen you post
No.
was rubbish. I wouldn't use the word
definitely
rubbish.
not rubbish. I'm gonna,
You have improved
His
significantly.
standards just have gotten ridiculous.
It's changed, right? You know what I mean? But what we get scared of is that teething phase between not being good enough to being a professional at something,
really learning.
right?
Mhm.
But the beauty is in the process.
Yeah.
And in today's world, the beauty is in showing the process, right? So building the audience such that they want to be involved in it, right? So
Right.
social media now, everyone has a platform at the tips of their fingers. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you got to print pamphlets anymore or whatnot.
Mhm.
You have social media, put yourself out there. That's step number one. Step number two, build community.
Mhm.
The whole point around the Run for the Arts is bringing communities together, right? So maybe the thing that you want to do might not be as large as that, but if you have art and you have people that like art, then host things for people that like art. You can start in your living room.
Mhm.
You can start,
I'm so glad you mentioned that, right? So I mean, you're kind of highlighting the importance of not just putting your eggs in one creative basket alone,
Yeah,
but understanding that if you really want to do it and sustain it, that you kind of have to spread a little bit and think
Yeah.
about creative
Put
ways
yourself
and
out there.
ideas of
Mhm.
whether it's building your community, creating events, or building a community doing other things outside of just the art itself.
Yeah.
100%.
Because just the art itself is only a small fraction
Yeah.
of the big picture.
Everybody has a really good friend that is an amazing singer in the shower.
Yeah.
Nobody ever hears him,
Yep.
Mhm.
right? They talk about him. This person's so amazing, but nobody ever hears him.
Yeah.
So the most important thing is to understand that having a talent is only as good as how much you put it out there to the world, right?
There
Or
you
how
go.
much it's
Dropping
only-
gems, man. Dropping gems.
That's it.
I mean, it's the recording artists that can't sing.
Yeah.
But is the one promoting themselves and constantly out in public. The other one's making it as
Making
opposed to
money.
the person who's Whitney Houston singing in the shower. Like it ain't.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
But everybody knows one.
Yeah.
I'm sure that
Yeah.
each one of
Mhm.
us could point out a family member, somebody close to you,
Mhm.
that's an amazing shower singer.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You hear him all the time. You say, you should get out there and just like, no.
Yeah.
I'm to that.
No. And then they get to a certain age and you're like, well, what I should have,
Yeah.
So why do you think I feel like in Bermuda we kind of have a higher percentage of creatives that feel that way versus in other places? Like you said, we travel, right? So
Yes,
it's like I
yes.
feel like people around the world are a little bit more free to just put themselves out there, put their stuff out there, receive the criticism. If it gets 2 likes, they're okay. They keep pushing.
Yeah.
But something about us as Bermudians, I don't know, what is it? Pride? Like, what is it? Like, what do you think it is?
I think it's got to be a little bit of entitlement, and I personally think that extends beyond creativity. I think that's in a lot of areas. I
Okay.
think we live in a society where
You're
we were
going
having
deep now.
this like conversation before, where we can feel cushiony in Bermuda. You can get a nice desk job. You can do stuff that you can make money and a living off of just working and just surviving. Whereas in other countries, like you could go work in Walmart and Target, but that's no one's dream. So Their thing is, I'm going to still be every evening posting on my Instagram. I'm going to be going to like every little social club or event to get my stuff out there. I mean, I know artists who are like, they're next level amazing, but they pretty much make their life and career out of just going around to like Comic Cons and stuff and just showing the illustrations and things. And they may never make it to that level, but their thing is the only way I'm going to have a chance is by just constantly like grinding. It's like they grind a little more than we do.
That's a good perspective and a good way to put it for sure.
Yeah, I think I would add to that. So there's the law of numbers also, you know what I mean? Which plays, I think, against us sometimes, right? So when you have a society where we compare ourselves sometimes to America. You know what I mean? America's got 300 million people, 300 something million people. You know, we compare ourselves to maybe some of our Caribbean counterparts. You're looking at Jamaica, I think it's 4 million people. Trinidad, 2 million people. You know, some of those islands. Your competitive set in those places, they draw from a huge pool, right? So when you're pushing talent up to the top, you're talking about the top of 300 million. You know what I mean? The top of 2 million, right? But where I think that, like coming back to your original question, what I think that we could do more is supporting each other. Yeah. Right?
Bingo.
Being our own biggest advocates. You know what I mean? Like, so I should be here saying that Jabari Wilson is one of the best artists that I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like when I look at Elshante's work, when I walk into your station, like that drawing that you have out there is top notch. Yeah, I should be screaming her names from the mountaintop and saying like, if you want an artist, you got to talk to Elshante, right? You know, if you want an artist, you got to talk to Shanna Hollis or James Cook with his spray paint skills. His spray paint skills are just as good as anybody from, you know what I mean, United States or wherever, you know what I mean? And so I think that the part that we could do, and the reason why I think community is important, is we have to be our own biggest advocates, you know what I mean? And that extends out into the world. If we're screaming it, then other people have no choice but to look and see what's going on over there. What's going on over there? Yeah. You know, and so this is my small way, or these things that we work on are our small way of trying to bring that attention to our people. Other people. And, you know,
I mean, because I honestly know from my personal perspective, I wouldn't have had the opportunities and stuff I've had locally in like the art and design world and stuff if I didn't collaborate. Like, I've never worked on a project just by myself. I've always had Nhuri or someone else been like, hey, I've got this dope project. We should do this for this brand, this company, or this event, or this something. And so it's never been just a one-man show. And I think we have to be like that for artists. Like the only way we're going to get them out there is we have to keep promoting them.
Collaboration.
Yeah, we have to collaborate.
This is it. And you believe it too. It's like when I say I love the art from my people, I actually love it. You know what I mean? And I enjoy going out and seeing their stuff. You know what I mean?
It's genuine.
I actually enjoy it. And I love to see people get better or change their styles, dabble in different mediums. I enjoy that, you know?
I appreciate the perspective and the insight and, you know, just being honest about it as well, man. You know, because I feel like it's these kind of conversations is how we figure out how to level up collectively as a community.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And these events that you guys are putting on, don't stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like keep them coming.
I need support.
Keep them coming. Speaking of which, I might have to lace up the shoes and come out and get a run in. So you know, 5K is doable.
Yeah,
for me.
It's very doable. It's doable for anyone.
3 miles is kind of my max when I run. So
it's perfect for you.
Absolutely.
It's like the one distance I feel like you don't have to be like training to run. Like as long as you're a person who gets to does some form of exercise, move your body, you can complete 3 miles. Like 100. Your body ain't gonna be hurting at the end of it. So
absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that it's a perfect distance. The views, you know, once you get up onto Happy Valley Road, you're looking over Deepdale and you see those colorful houses speckled up, you know, look when you're looking across the Frizzles Hill. Like it's a beautiful perspective and it's atypical for a race. It's not your standard race. You know what I mean? Like it's different than all the other
ocean
races.
And grass and road. It's like running even when you run May 24th. Bermuda's coolest race. The race that I'd recommend if we could have had international people run. It's just an amazing atmosphere, different. But I feel like I'm looking at faces, road, water, and that's it the entire way.
Yeah.
And then, but this race, like you said, once you see those views, it's like, oh, this is Bermuda. Like,
Yeah.
you kind of remember the fact that, like,
Right,
our
right, right.
architecture, everything, it's totally different from
Exactly.
anywhere else in the world.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So just making sure that, we didn't miss anything. So give us, again, the dates, the details, what time is the race?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to make sure I don't miss nothing.
October 26th is my birthday, so that needs to entice everyone that you have to come out. Like,
D'Amico's birthday run.
It's my birthday run. Like, forget the run for the odds. This is D'Amico's birthday run.
This is
that
come
everyone
beat
needs to-
D'Amico for his birthday race.
Yeah, and then presents, cake, and stuff. I will accept it. But like, yeah, and then we have a kids race for the first time this year.
Okay.
That's at 8 a.m. It's a little 1 mile race for ages 7 to 10. So that should be fun. Anyone who's got a kid, they just want to get out and participate. You can even jog with them if you want. We ain't gonna stop you. So anything like that, and then the actual 5K race starts at 8:30, and that'll be run or walk. Take however long you want. We're gonna be there all day. We are in no rush. So yeah.
Okay. 8:30, I can do that.
Yeah, 8:30.
That's
8:30.
not-
It's not too early.
That's not too early
Also,
after
it's helping
Saturday
you,
night.
like, we're avoiding the sun. Because after that, things come on. Who wants to run at, like, 9, 10 o'clock? It gets a little toastier.
For the people that that come to support the runners,
Yeah.
right? Because not everybody's going to run.
Yeah.
And that should be fair and honest, right?
Mhm.
Or not everyone's going to run or walk.
Mhm.
But for the spouse that's supporting their running spouse,
Mhm.
but the kids are there, we're
Right.
going to have a bouncy castle
Mhm.
and have things that are there for the kids to be able to enjoy. So
Nice.
making a community environment, we're going to have DJ, have some music. We'll have Ed Christopher.
He always kicks things off.
Yes,
rings
yes.
the bell and stuff.
Yeah. And we'll have Trina.
Trina, Power Girl's gonna be there.
We'll have Trina there. So, and those guys love to keep the environment upbeat and all that kind of stuff. So it
Absolutely.
should be a great event for the whole time that people are running, not just for the people that are running and walking, but also for the people that come out to support.
And then October 24th, we also have a reception, which is also like our number pickup as well, at City Hall. And, that should be a nice chill event. Anyone who, even if you're not running, you can just come by. We're supposed to have a shoe display, by Sports Source. They're one of our sponsors. They'll have some of their latest sneakers out. And, it's just almost like being in an art gallery, but centered around like running in the arts. And I think we're going to have someone like even painting a shoe as well. So that should be something different.
Nice.
It's just a nice chill vibe to, happy hour. Everyone to enjoy the 2 days before the race. Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously things go without saying. We have to give credit to the people that have supported the event itself.
Mm-hmm.
Bermuda National Gallery is obviously great, being the charity of record and in supporting the artists with the funds that do come in.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Lauren is going to be giving room nights. So
Nice.
one of the...
One day, that's why you try and win.
You may not be. Eyes lit up, his eyes like, nice.
Rusty's like, wait a minute, I think I have some spikes in my room. I need to go to that track and do some sprints.
So you're going to be competing against Rusty for the Lauren Nights. But if you don't beat Rusty for the Lauren Nights, you can get Cambridge Beaches Nights.
Nice,
So they'll come out and support it also. And then we have Butterfield and Vallis, who's always a supporter of the arts. Spencer Butterfield and the ladies and the team at Butterfield and Vallis. They work with us on Bermuda Walls. They are Bermuda Walls.
Yeah, they are.
And so they're very, very, very huge proponents of the art and the art community. Gosling's, so Andrew Holmes is going to be at the race. He's going to be providing cocktails
Nice.
So there's
It's always a good time when Andrew's around.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why, you don't have to stress because if you are in pain, just go over there and that's your pain relief.
I'm just hoping that the family members that come to just watch and enjoy aren't just sitting at the party hotel.
A little different atmosphere. Switch up.
That's a family-friendly part.
Drink
right?
for the arts.
Yeah. And then just got Polished on board. So Glenn Wilkes, they're going to be providing some pedicures, for your ailing feet after the run.
And Glenn's my boy. When you run May 24th, Glenn's always up there in front. I'm always going to run next to Glenn for a couple of miles because he's out there motoring along. He's fast little runner. Yeah.
Exactly. So there's a lot of people that have been, chipping in to support, and we hope that it continues.
We can't forget Bermuda Tourism Authority. This is their first year working with us. We're part of their Art Month event, so that's
right. I was
different.
gonna say,
Well, this is our first time. We usually have this event during the springtime, but they kind of talk to us, and we're like, okay, we can move the event to October so it fits in with Art Month.
Twisted your arm.
Yeah, exactly.
Made your offer you couldn't refuse.
That's
Yeah,
off the
no
record.
way,
Off the
no
record,
way, no,
Rusty.
yeah.
Yeah. Jasmine did not twist her arm.
Not
I
at
am
all.
under no duress
Not at all.
to say this. No, Bermuda Tourism,
Yeah.
as everybody knows, like Bermuda Tourism has over the last couple of years been trying to grow Art Month, which, in my opinion, when you start talking about building community,
Yeah.
I think that it is something that we as an island can really earn. You know what I mean? Like Bermuda, like you travel, you go to Art Basel, you go to, they have mural festivals on in Puerto Rico and some other places. But Bermuda has a frequency of art and a concentration of art, which is so dense and so good that we could literally be like a destination for art lovers. You know what I mean? And there's art types. So another entity, like you were talking about how people can get out there to reach out to and explore ideas, Bermuda Tourism, because they're here to support. They actually care about bringing people to the island and getting additional eyes on your work or whatnot. So can't say anything even more better than what I said already about it.
Absolutely.
They're like they've been great, you know?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Once again, want to thank you guys for coming through. We ain't missed nothing. We ain't forgot nobody. Some other shout outs you got to give. You shouted out all your sponsors.
You know what? I always shout out my wife. You know what I mean? My wife is like...
Yes, you must.
She's my heart. You know what I mean? Yeah, my wife and my kids. You know, those guys are the biggest supporters of all supporters. You know, without them, these types of things, I couldn't even attempt to pull it off. Miss Donna Rena.
We have to shout out moms. We gotta shout out to Cole, to Cole. Like these, like they put in some extra backbreaking work to 100%. Like, get this event and everything, keep it running smoothly. And
my sister, Legine Darrell, yeah, she is, you know, obviously a large supporter. She's my sister. She comes from the area also. She comes from Devil's Hill, but kind of moved into the area.
You could have left that.
I know. I got you know, it was like rented town. You know, she lived in back of town too. But Legine, love her to death. You know, she's always helping out and trying to make this thing successful. And then Victoria Canali, she's been helping out. So just want to make sure that we're giving credit where it's due to the people that are really putting in to help it out. Jennifer Phillips from Bermuda National Gallery and the team of Bermuda National Gallery. Just ensuring that those guys know that, you know, all of the work that they put in to be able to make this happen is
the Burnt House squad, like just everyone on the Burnt House squad, the crew, like they,
gang.
You know, they keep things going.
Jalen, James, everybody.
I think this is the first year we've attached them as like an official sponsor. So like, you know, this is it now.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Well, guys, once again, appreciate you coming through. You're always welcome. Just to be crystal clear.
I appreciate you.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm not just saying that. I'm going to sign up. I'm going to run it because I'm trying to get back into it, man.
You know,
I'm so on and off with it. Like,
it's a good museum.
It's easy.
But it is, though. It is. As it's getting cooler.
Yeah.
This is a good kickstart motivation to get back into it as we get into the winter season. So you'll see me out there.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
1 mile at a time.
Yeah, man. So it's a big ups. And once again, another edition of the Irie 98 podcast. Thank you, Nhuri. Thank you, Domico, the Burnt House team, the Burnt House crew. Remember to check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for stuff like this and much, much, much more. All right. It's Rusty G signing out. Peace.